Hi guys, welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Unscripted. How are we doing today? We're doing okay today, staying safe, and we're doing all fine. Yeah, on today's episode, first of all, big shout out to my new subscribers and for the love from the last videos, the likes, the comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you that shared the video, thank you so much. So on today's episode, I'll be talking about our Nigerian brother, Victor James Osimhen. Yeah, it's been a lot happening with that brother in the last couple of days, couple of weeks, and even months concerning where he's going to be playing in the next season or the season that just started. Because the transfer window in the Premiership ended on the 31st of August 2024, and so many clubs were linked to Victor Osimhen, but most of those deals or all of the deals didn't go through up until yesterday. That the breaking news came out that he's finally secured a club and they've reached an agreement with his current club, Napoli. So what really happened with Victor Osimhen? Because looking at what happened with his display in Napoli 2 seasons ago, he had a fantastic season. So I'll just quickly run you guys through how everything started. So he came to Napoli in 2020-2021 season. That was his first season in Napoli. So he came from Lille. I think he was signed for roughly about 60 to 70 million pounds from Lille in France. So he came to Napoli, and the first season he played 24 games. He scored 10 goals in the league in the Serie A. Then altogether he had about 10 goals. Then the second season, which was the 2021-2022 season, played 27 games, scored 14 goals. Then the biggest season he had for Napoli was 2022-2023 season, where he scored 26 Serie A goals, and altogether both other cups like the Champions League, the Serie A Cup. So he scored about 31 goals altogether, and he helped Napoli to win the Serie A, that's the Scudetto, like it's called in Italy, for the first time in over 30 years. I think since 1990. The last time they won it was 1990, and I think they had Maradona at that time. I'm not so sure, but I think Maradona was in the squad that won the Serie A for Napoli. That was the last time they won the league, until Victor Osimhen joined Napoli before they won the Serie A again, and he won the Golden Boot that season. Yeah, also other players played their part in them winning the league, but Victor Osimhen was the main man, was the pivotal man in that team, in that squad that won the league. At that time, he was also nominated for the African Footballer of the Year, which he won sometime last year. Was voted the African Footballer of the Year, and also that same year, he was ranked the 8th best footballer in the world, which is quite incredible. The last time we had nominations like this was probably about 20 years ago, with the likes of Kano Wanko and other of our legends. Well, Victor Osimhen came in and he has broken so many of these records, and it was quite good to see. And clubs were linked to him and clubs were after him at that time. I don't know what happened with Victor Osimhen, how he went back to Napoli. So he signed an extension contract, which personally, to me, I think that's where the problem started. So he signed a contract for an extension for another year with Napoli, with an option, with a buy clause in the contract. So that buy clause means that after that 1 year, it can go if any club is willing to pay around 130 million euros to get a signature. That was where the problem started for me, because if he had stayed through his contract to the end, they would have sold him or he would have left on a free transfer. But when he signed the contract for an extension and added a buyout clause for 130 million, last season he had injuries. So last season he played about 25 games. He was injured for most part of the season. Then he scored 15 Serie A goals. He scored 17 goals altogether last season. His stock, like they'll call it in football, dropped. Because as a striker, if you're not scoring goals, you're not banging goals, most clubs are not going to come for you. They're going to rate you and judge you based on your current form, not based on what you've done in the past. So most of the interest that he had in 2022-2023 season had dropped because he was injured, and now there's a buyout clause of 130 million euros for him. So he couldn't secure most of the clubs that came in, the likes of PSG, Chelsea, even at some point Arsenal came in, but when they look at the buyout clause of 130 million euros, it was quite difficult for them, so most of them they pulled out. The club that was still in the race was Chelsea and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was interested in him and Ivan Toney, but according to the report, the deal didn't go through on the side of Napoli. I think they didn't agree on the transfer fee, so Saudi Arabia club decided to go for Ivan Toney from Brentford, and they decided to pull out from the Osimhen deal. Then Chelsea, which was the only club left in the race at that particular point in time, they were still trying to get his signature, but they were trying to sort out his wages. And according to reports, he earns roughly about £200,000 a week with Napoli. But Chelsea, they were offering him something way lesser than that. Probably, I don't know the exact figure Chelsea was offering him, but we're seeing figures online of around £100,000 and figures like that. But according to reports, Osimhen and his camp declined. They said no, that if he's going to go to Chelsea, if Chelsea they are not going to increase his wage, then they should still maintain what he's earning at Napoli. So that deal with Chelsea, Chelsea pulled out. Or they didn't pull out, but the deal did go through, and it was just the last day of the transfer window. And mind you, Napoli, for some weird reasons, they kicked Victor Osimhen out of the squad. So he was not in the squad anymore for this season. They signed Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea for about £34 million. According to the report as well, they were going to offer Lukaku the number 9 jersey, which Victor Osimhen is known for. And along the line, stories came up that Lukaku said no, he would rather go for a different jersey because out of respect for Victor Osimhen, Lukaku went for jersey number 11 with Napoli. Then the Premiership transfer window ended, and there was no club Victor Osimhen was going to go to except for other leagues, which their transfer window is still open, like the Saudi Arabia and also the Turkish league. Then from reports last night, we saw Galatasaray in Turkey. They struck a deal with Napoli to get Victor Osimhen on loan. They added some clause in the deal that he can leave in January if he wants to leave. Then if he leaves in January, they also renegotiated with Victor Osimhen and his camp renegotiated with his club Napoli to reduce his buyout clause to from 130 million pounds to roughly about 75 million euros, 75 million euros, which will work roughly about 60-something million pounds or so. So hopefully that goes through for him as well. Now it is confirmed that Victor Osimhen has joined Galatasaray of Turkey. Hopefully he does very well there, and his stock goes up again. In January, we can get the likes of Chelsea or Arsenal coming. Now they've reduced the buyout clause. Hopefully they can come in and sign our own Victor Osimhen, because trust me, he's very talented. He's very, very, very good. And I'm happy for him that he was able to seal that loan deal to Turkey. Hopefully that works out for him. Thank you very much for your time. That's all I'm going to say as regards this Victor Osimhen deal. I'm happy for him now that he's gone to Galatasaray on loan. Hopefully it works out for him, like I said earlier. Thank you so much. If you come across this video, kindly like the video, subscribe if you've not subscribed, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think as regards the transfer. Do you think it makes sense? Do you think it's a good deal for Victor Osimhen? Thank you so much. Until I see you on the next episode, take care.